got a punch like I've never seen. But in every battle, the greatest foe that we will combat isn't here.
Chris Davis and Forrest Whitaker star in Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world.
George should change his name from Foreman to Poor Man.
What's my name now, fool? Foreman is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
Davis plays Foreman from teenage to middle age.
I wanted to make sure that when his family and his friends watched it, that they felt like they were seeing some truth there too.
I didn't think that would be possible because this guy went out and gained all that weight. And he came back as the big old lovable bald-head George Foreman.
Whitaker remembers the era of Foreman, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, and Ken Norton vividly.
This is when, like, the heavyweight champion of the world was like not just an icon, like a giant. I remember sitting there with my dad and my brothers, my cousins, watching the fight and talking about it.
The fight was the legendary Rumble in the Jungle.
That's all you got, George?
He said, "That's all you got, George?" What a frightening moment that was. And I relived all those things in that movie. Chris Davis did a fine job.
The most important thing for him was the very moment of the Jimmy Young and the transformation that he has, the spiritual awakening in Puerto Rico.
But even after his newfound faith and retirement, he couldn't stay out of the ring.
It is my destiny to win the heavyweight championship belt again.
At age 45, why not?
It's now or it's never.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Great news if you're looking to get your hands on a KSAT Fiesta medal. Still to come on GMSA. We'll reveal the HEB location where you can get one this morning, so keep it here. We'll share the location coming up a little later in our newscast. Checking TransGuide right now. If you're headed out the door in the next 3 or 4 minutes, here's how things are looking at I-37 and Hackberry. You're watching GMSA.
Let's look out there with live cams starting at 69 degrees. A little humid out there, but we're going to see what we can expect for the rest of your Fiesta week with Mike.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. We made it midweek. It is Wednesday. It is April 26th, and I haven't had a chance yet to tell Steph that I really like her necklace today. It's very festive in a subtle way. Perfect for Fiesta.
Thank you. I'm ready for the festivities to continue.
I know, right? So we're gearing up for our big Battle of Flowers stint on Friday. Very excited. I'm not having sleepless nights about it, but it's definitely on our minds.
Yes, it is. Well, at least for our, parade, it should work out.
Yeah, things should work out in the weather department. Mike Ostrage is here with more on kind of a Fiesta planner, if you will.
Even as far as the humidity is concerned, because it's going to get humid, especially in the afternoon on Friday, but it's still going to be pretty pleasant for the parade. Ever since they moved it up in the morning instead of late in the afternoon, because you remember days in the past when it's just been brutally hot out there.
We'd have people with heat stroke and such.
Yeah.
So Friday's going to be good. Tomorrow's going to be fantastic. Today it is warm and humid, as Steph was mentioning. We've got a little bit of mist out there this morning. It almost looks like the road is kind of damp by 410 at the airport. 70 degrees, mid-upper 60s hill country, averaging 10 degrees above normal this morning. Couple little light sprinkles. This is some just clutter on the radar site right there. And you can see there's not a lot showing up on radar. A few of these showers right there, right around Pearsall right now. This is not going to amount to anything. Again, just making the roads kind of damp around the area. We've had a few of the little sprinkles moving on through here. And this is going to be the case really all morning long. Just a few little sprinkles, and some's too light to be picked up on radar. Whole list of allergens, but everything is on the light side. And throughout the rest of the morning, again, pretty steady temperatures. We'll start to creep into the 70s. Then get up to 79 degrees at noon. I've got that small chance for, again, a stray sprinkle, little mist, maybe a shower popping up today. I really wouldn't concern yourself too much with any rain today. Then we go into late this afternoon, high temperature today of 84 degrees. Now, the atmosphere is going to become very volatile tonight. However, a lot of computer models aren't indicating anything as far as any rain. That would be put off until late tonight in the overnight hours as this front moves on through here. We do have the risk for a couple of potentially strong to severe storms around the area, just an isolated one or two of them. Again, most of this is going to be late tonight in the early morning hours tomorrow. Then we clear on out. Now, Saturday is a little bit in question. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, damp roads, any problems?
Not spotted any major issues. Mainly the problem we've been seeing out there is just a few stalled vehicles. We'll show you where that's happening in just a moment. But 281 at 410, if your plans take you out of town and maybe you're heading to the airport, no major delays right now. Take advantage of these quiet roads as that's what we've been seeing. But as Mike mentioned, just watch out for some of those damp roads. Make sure to take it slow. There's no need to rush out the door this morning, guys. Let's get you to our map. And as I mentioned, the main issue we really have been detecting are some of those stalls. This one reported right there, same spot as I mentioned the last time, 35 southbound at Loop 1604. Check those vehicles if you have big travel plans or if you're just getting the morning commute rolling this morning. Arrive to your destination on time and safely. But taking you to our map, really the main headline other than some of those stalls has been road closures. I've been bringing that to you as we've been getting the morning commute rolling here, but thankfully no congestion has been building up in any of these spots. We'll take a closer look at that coming up a little bit later. But travel times right now, if you're heading into San Antonio this early in the morning, well, still pretty green from Seguin along I-10 westbound. We have about a 29-minute commute. That's pretty average. 87 northbound, if you're traveling from Livonia, it should take you about maybe 33 minutes and roughly 30 minutes to 29 minutes for our friends down in Floresville. But back here, again, 281 at 410 near the airport's not a bad shot. Great day to get the commute rolling early, but we'll watch things closely and keep a close eye for any issues that pop up. We'll have more coming up a little bit later on in this newscast. Steph.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man's body was found overnight in Milam Park. It happened just before 11 p.m. on West Commerce. Police say as festivities were letting out at Market Square, people found a man on the ground in Milam Park. A bystander got help from a nearby traffic officer. EMS tried to revive the man, but he died at the scene. We're told he died of a medical condition.
The father of missing little girl Lena Kill has taken a polygraph test at the San Antonio FBI office, but we don't know the results. Lena hasn't been seen since December 2021. The father wanted to take the test to clear his name and try to bring focus back to finding his daughter. Our crews were at the local FBI office as Lena's father walked out.
Is the polygraph test completed? Yes. All done? Okay. Sir, did your wife take the test as well? Or just... My wife? Yes. No.
Lena was 3 years old when she vanished. If you have any information about the case, call the SAPD Missing Persons Unit at 210-207-7660. President Biden's re-election for the race for the White House is already starting to heat up.
Former President Donald Trump continues to share his discontent for Biden's policies so far.
As ABC's Lindsay Watts reports, Trump is facing another legal battle of his own.
Let's go, Trump! Let's go, Trump! Union workers cheering President Biden in his first appearance since announcing he's officially running for re-election.
Freedom, personal freedom, is fundamental to who we are as Americans.
In a campaign video, Biden warns that democracy and freedom are at stake, not mentioning opponents by name, but clearly aiming at former President Trump.
MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms.
Last night, Vice President Kamala Harris addressing the key issue of abortion rights.
This is a moment for us to stand and fight.
This morning, most Democrats are lending support to the Biden-Harris ticket, despite polling that shows 70% of Americans, including the majority of Democrats, say Biden should not run again. Former President Trump, who's considered the Republican frontrunner, responding, attacking Biden on everything from crime to the border to foreign policy.
You could take the 5 worst presidents in American history and put them together, and they would not have done the damage Joe Biden has done.
Meanwhile, Trump is facing another legal battle, this time a civil rape case. During day one of the trial yesterday, lawyers for author E. Jean Carroll claimed Trump asked her for help at a New York department store in 1996, then lunged at her in a dressing room. Carroll spoke to CNN.
It was against my will, and it hurt, and it was a fight.
Trump's attorney called Carroll's lawsuit an affront to justice, saying she's doing it for money, for political reasons, and for status. A slate of Republican candidates is now taking shape to challenge Trump. The Florida Governor Ron DeSantis still won't say whether he is running. Right now, only 2 Democrats, Marianne Williamson and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., are running against Biden. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
And back here at home, early voting is underway for the May 6th elections, and it's about more than just city council and mayoral races. Several school districts have some sizable bonds going before voters, too. We talked with Southwest ISD about its $250 million bond proposal.
We are looking at protective film at the entrances to our campuses, new hardware for all of our doors, also surveillance cameras, higher perimeter fencing. We are projecting about 3,500 more students, but that could be jumped up to 5,000 just if you look at all the housing that's coming into this area.
Several campuses would be renovated, 2 would get additions, and the bond would pay for 2 new elementary schools. We have voting information on our website at ksat.com.
Now to consumer news, Visa said profits jumped 14% from the year before. The company reporting more than $4.3 billion in second quarter earnings. That's above analyst expectations. The financial services giant continues to reap the rewards of an increase in credit and debit card usage around the world.
Say goodbye to the Chevy Bolt and Bolt EUV. General Motors is ending production of the popular electric vehicle at the end of the year. They plan to replace them with more 2024 Silverado EV pickups.
Apple is reportedly developing an AI-powered health coach. Bloomberg says it will be a paid service that uses artificial intelligence and data from your Apple Watch to improve things like exercise, sleep, and eating habits. It would be tailored to each user. It is expected to roll out next year.
And Yelp is getting into the artificial intelligence game. The site has introduced a number of updates, including AI-powered search. Users will see suggested options and reviews. There's also a new surprise me button, which will show top-rated restaurants in your area.
609, 69 degrees.
And still to come, emotional testimony from Lori Daybell's sister. She took the stand in the murder trial. In your GMA First Look, a recap from the courtroom.
After the break, good news if you find yourself in a Wi-Fi dead zone. We'll tell you about a fairly easy fix.
And looking out there with live cam, been able to dodge the showers with the Fiesta events this week. We're going to check in with Mike to see what we can expect for the rest of the week and weekend.
Faces of Fiesta is powered by your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
Meet Fiesta 2023's King and Barkio. Happy Hazel. Hazel will lead this year's food parade at Fiesta's King William Fair.
Hazel will be leading the parade. She's going to have her own float, and some of the kids that she works with are going to be on the float with her. So we're super excited.
Hazel is a therapy dog working for the Therapy Animals of San Antonio organization. Her cute looks and calm demeanor serve a mission for the children of South Texas.
She loves working with children. She's been a therapy animal since 2018.
Therapy Animals of San Antonio is a nonprofit organization whose mission since 1989 has been bringing people and animals together for healing.
We currently have over 60 animal therapy teams. We provide services in hospitals, long-term care facilities, schools, the women's shelter, the Children's Bereavement Center, and more.
Hazel received national recognition for her work in Uvalde, Texas, where she provided care and comfort for many impacted by the tragic events at Robb Elementary School last May.
Even if she just made them smile or laugh with a funny noise, just kind of a pause in that situation and all the stress that they were under.
Today, the newly appointed King and Barkio continues to spread love and comfort to all those who visit her, making a difference in this world, one paw at a time.
Adorable.
So cute.
Absolutely cute. Trending now on KSAT.com, Wi-Fi dead zones can be annoying. That's why you want to try a mesh router. They use several routers together to spread the Wi-Fi signal throughout your house and around obstacles.
Some common items include a fish tank, a big metal refrigerator, the pipes in your home. These can all sort of block the Wi-Fi signal and prevent you from getting a decent connection.
Yeah, so look for those mesh Wi-Fi routers, the new deal there. Also try a Wi-Fi extender, especially if you're dealing with only one pesky dead spot in your house.
Also on our website, Mattel has unveiled a new Barbie doll with Down syndrome. The toy maker says they created the doll to allow more children to see themselves in Barbie and also reflect the world around them. The company worked with the National Down Syndrome Society to have the doll incorporate some of the physical traits of women with Down syndrome.
The words impressive and awesome were heard from a group of reporters among the first to see the upcoming DC superhero movie, The Flash. Warner Brothers screened the film for the first time at CinemaCon. Reviews are embargoed until later, but viewers were able to post reactions to social media as soon as the credits rolled. It comes out June 16th, but we're hearing very good things.
And check this out. A moose in Alaska decided to head to the movies, or through the movies. Surveillance cameras caught it wandering into the theater, shocking the employee behind the counter. Employees think it smelled the popcorn.
Well, that's a big draw.
I know. Who can blame the moose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just very chill.
6:16 on your Wednesday morning.
Let's check back with Stephen Cavazos.
That's a cool moose heading
Right?
to the movies. All right, let's get a look here at the commute. Movies aren't open just yet, but if you're planning on heading out the door, maybe you're going to go grab that breakfast taco. Thankfully, there are no major issues to report. It's been pretty steady for the last few minutes here on TransGuide 281 near the airport. Not a bad spot, but we're seeing some flashing lights along 281 near St. Mary's. Not sure what's going on there, but it doesn't look like it's impacting the main lanes of traffic, and people are getting to their destination without any trouble. But again, the only thing I've been seeing here is this stall on 35 southbound at Loop 1604 over on the southwest side. It's not causing any trouble, but if you are traveling through the area, just watch out. You may see some hazard lights on, or maybe a TxDOT truck. Wide look at the metropolitan area, you know what it is, plenty of construction. So let's talk about what is happening here. As a quick reminder of US 90 on the west side of San Antonio. Now, this cable installation work took place on Monday, and we're going to see that work take us all the way up until Friday, April 28th. So there's still some ways to go. 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon is when we will see a single eastbound main lane closure from FM 471 to Metchler Lane. But always head over to ksat.com/traffic, or you can scan this QR code that takes you to our KSAT traffic page. It's a direct link there, and it lets you know about all the incidents that are popping up on the roadway and any closures you may want to avoid. So know before you go.
Thank you, Stephen.
You bet.
All right, school bus. Don't need a jacket this morning. It is fairly mild out there, and temperatures are averaging 8-10 degrees above normal, upper 60s, low 70s around most of the area. A couple little spots of like a sprinkle or mist. I mean, you said you saw just a speck coming in this morning. Yeah, there's hardly anything showing up on radar as of right now. And then later on today, we are going to make it up to 81 degrees. Humid, a shower is possible. Not very likely at all. Tonight for Niosa, things are still looking like it's in your favor as far as no rain.
Good.
A shower may pop up here and there. Just you can't completely count it out of the picture, but not very likely. But it's overnight when things are going to start to really fire up around here. All right, you can see kind of the extra humidity out there with that glow around some of the street lights right now. And like I said, there's not really anything showing up on radar. Let me go back to this. Just a couple little spots here and there. A few of them that are in northern Frio County, moving up right across 35 right there. It's very, very light, just enough to make the roads damp, however. So be careful with that. So computer models throughout the rest of today. A couple little sprinkles scattered about the area, some sunshine mixed in as well, and then that takes us in through this evening. Notice how didn't show anything out there. The atmosphere, though, is going to become very volatile later on tonight. Now, as far as rain chances, like I said, not very good at all throughout the evening hours. Still can't rule out a stray shower. But then we get into tonight as this front, and notice this line of rain right here as the front starts to work its way on through the area. Now, most computer models, including this one, have everything pretty much out of the area by commute time tomorrow morning. A couple leftover showers here and there. Then we're going to clear out very, very nicely throughout the afternoon. We get dry air moving on in here. So Band Festival for tomorrow night looks absolutely fantastic. Now, as far as late tonight, and this would include this evening as far as the threat for severe weather, but the odds of anything popping, like I said, are very, very low. However, late tonight, some of those storms could be on the strong, potentially severe side. Now we go into Friday, and it starts off very nice. Humidity increases throughout the day. Atmosphere becomes very volatile again Friday evening. And then in the overnight hours, we have another front moving on through here, which will touch off showers and thunderstorms early then on Saturday. The question is, Do these stick around throughout the day? Some computer models know. This particular one does have a couple of these showers sticking around throughout the afternoon hours, and then finally by the evening getting on out of here. Here's also, there's the severe threat, actually a better severe threat Friday late and early Saturday morning. Here's the reason for it. We've got these little disturbances that are sliding through. This one pulls that bit of a front through here late tonight, tomorrow. Then we get the next one developing. This one, however, wants to sort of just kind of cut itself off. That means it's out of the main flow of everything. So it's like a wheel spinning on mud or something, or on ice. So it doesn't go anywhere anytime too quickly. And so that's why that thing's going to be lingering around here throughout the day on Saturday, keeping that small chance of rain around. So that's not a sure thing as of yet, but a little bit of a kind of a fly in the ointment as far as the forecast for Saturday. 69 degrees today at noon, cloudy skies, and then we're going to see some sunshine thrown on in there. 84 high temperature. You know, showers possible, not likely. Same thing this evening. For the most part, going to Nyosa tonight, going to be rain-free. Then we have those storms late tonight as that front moves on through here, and that's going to be early tomorrow morning. We clear on out tomorrow. Great day tomorrow. 81 normal high temperature, low humidity. Starts off nice Friday. Humidity increases throughout the day, so Battle of Flowers, you two should not be sweating too much.
That's
in
good.
the morning. Yes.
That's a win, Mike.
Yes.
And then that next front moves through Friday night. A better chance for something severe Friday night into early Saturday morning, and perhaps a few lingering showers during the day on Saturday.
I've been talking all week about everybody looking so festive on the air. Mike's colorful tie.
Yeah, nice
I tried to find a brighter blue today. You got
nice
your
bright.
beautiful
Thank you.
necklace this morning.
It was a gift from Tori. Tori used to work with us here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But Steph always
you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thanks, Tori.
Like a picture, so.
Aw, thanks. Well, at least we'll be, I would say we're wearing our jackets early Friday morning for Battle of Flowers.
Yes, indeed.
That'll be nice. Thanks, Mike.
622, 69 degrees.
And good news if you are looking to get your hands on a KSAT Fiesta medal. Still to come on GMSA, we will reveal the HEB location where you can get one this morning. So keep it right here. We're going to share the location a little later in our newscast.
Trying to control my asthma felt anything but normal. Enough was enough. I talked to an asthma specialist and found out my severe asthma is driven by eosinophils, a type of asthma Nucala can help control. Now, fewer asthma attacks and less oral steroids. That's my new normal with Nucala. Nucala is a once-monthly add-on injection for severe eosinophilic asthma. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue. Talk to your asthma specialist to see if once-monthly Nucala may be right for you. And learn about savings at Nucala.com. There's more to your life than asthma. Find your new normal with Nucala.
In this morning's GMA First Look, emotional testimony from Lori Vallow Daybell's own sister. Summer Shiflett trusting Lori until she learned 7-year-old JJ and 16-year-old Tylee's bodies had been found on Lori's husband's property. That discovery leading to a furious confrontation in a jail video call played in court.
They know that they found Tylee buried in a pet cemetery and JJ buried on Chad's backyard. And we don't understand how that happened or why. Can you tell us? Is there another explanation? I'm willing to hear it. Absolutely, but I can't talk about it.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more new details about the trial. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Time now, 6:27 and 69 degrees for now.
Flashing lights at I-35 and Loop 1604. Quite a few flares out there as well. We'll check back in with Stephen Cavazos coming up after this break. Outside with live cam. Niosa began last night, so we're heading into night 2 tonight. Still have 2 of the bigger parades coming up next later this week. And Mike says we still have a rather interesting spring forecast. Good morning, everybody. We've made it to midweek. It is Wednesday, April 26th.
Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Keeping their eye on the forecast because every night there's something different.
There is something different. And Mike Ostrich says one thing that remains fairly consistent for now is the humidity.
Yes, for today, then it gets out of here tomorrow. It's going to come back in here quickly throughout the day on Friday. At least we're going to have the parade on Friday early on in the day before we really get hot and just, kind of summer kind of humidity. First of all, starting off this morning, you can sort of see that haze in this picture, the glow around the street lights, a lot of humidity out there. We've had a lot of mist and some light sprinkles. 70 is the temperature. Dew point stands at 67, so a bunch of humidity out there. Wind out of the southeast, again, just continues to pull in the moisture, and as that moisture gets pumped on in here, we get these little sprinkly showers. Temperatures are averaging anywhere, say, 7-10 degrees above normal, the respective normals out there. Here's what's showing up on radar right now, and it's not a lot. Really, the only thing here, right around 35, northern Frio County heading into Medina County. Not much in around town as of yet, or as of right now, I should say, but we have had some of these little sprinkles moving on through. So pretty much assume most of the roads are going to be on the damp side. We do have low amounts of all the allergens out there. The updated count's going to come out in about an hour or so. A couple of sprinkles and humid. A shower can't be completely ruled out later on this afternoon. It's not likely, though, and that's going to be the situation going into tonight for Niosa. But late tonight is going to be the better chance for some of those storms as a front moves on through here. Those are going to last into the early morning hours tomorrow. Then it's going to be really nice tomorrow with the getting rid of the humidity. Great for the band festival tomorrow night. And Friday, we will start off with lower humidity, but it's going to come in here fairly quickly, and it's going to be just hot and humid in the afternoon on Friday. Now, the one thing with the humidity today and Friday, that makes the atmosphere very volatile. So any of those storms tonight or late Friday could become strong to potentially severe. Those are going to last Friday night into early Saturday morning. But then there's a question if we have some lingering showers around here on Saturday. A couple of computer models are still indicating some of those showers would linger around here throughout the day on Saturday. It's not written in stone by any means. Then we are going to be very nice on Sunday. All the details of the forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority hadn't been too bad on the roads this morning, has it?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's been awful, Mike, but unfortunately we do have an incident that's popped up here at 35 at Loop 1604. Now, this is actually that stalled vehicle that we reported earlier, but TxDOT has since updated that location to the northeast side, and that's why we have plenty of flashing lights, and this is not in a good area because a lot of folks, as you can see, are making their way out along 35 southbound near Loop 1604, and it does appear that we have what it looks like a stalled 18-wheeler out there. We'll see if we can get a closer look, but again, this has now been reported in the northeast side. Earlier, southwest side is where we were seeing reports of, but now we have a huge stretch of red and congestion that is building out there as folks are making their way in, perhaps from Live Oak, even Church. So this will slow your commute down. We'll take a look at the travel times here in just a moment, but let's get to there we have it. 46 minutes right now if you are traveling this early from New Braunfels. So it does appear that we are seeing some slowdowns as a result from that stalled vehicle that's been reported out there, but we'll keep a close eye on it. It doesn't seem to be impacting several lanes. Right now it looks like it could be about 2 lanes that are blocked off at this hour. We'll keep a close eye on it, and hopefully we'll see a better update reported before the show wraps up. Guys.
An Uber driver accused of sexually assaulting a passenger is now in custody, and the Bexar County Sheriff says the suspect was a Leon Valley police officer at one time. The arrest comes just days after BCSO announced it was looking for Luis Alberto de Leon Jr. Sheriff Javier Salazar says a woman reported the sexual assault back in February. She says it happened after De Leon picked her up for an Uber ride. The sheriff has a message for those who find themselves in a rideshare that doesn't feel right.
Would certainly urge the public that if they are taking an Uber, if it does seem to be straying off course, or if they seem to be not going the way that you think they should go, again, there's nothing wrong with terminating that ride and just jumping out right then and there where you are. At that point, you're not worried about being rude or anything like that. Just get yourself out of that situation as quickly as you can.
The sheriff says there may be additional victims from similar incidents. If you have any information to assist detectives, call BCSO. That number is 210-335-6000.
Students in the mortuary science department at San Antonio College are concerned about the future of the program after several instructors were removed from the classroom. This summer, the college is expected to open the first funeral home on campus. It would be the first in the U.S. Some have taken their concerns to the College Board of Trustees and social media and say the program is operating with only 2 out of 5 instructors. A spokesperson for the college says the program has been around for 60 years and it is not in jeopardy.
If this program ceases to exist, then there's not going to be a program for South Texas, and everybody who's already invested so much time and money into the program, they may not have another option and they'll have to just completely stop.
There is no reason to be concerned about the future of the program. It is not going anywhere.
There are only 4 programs like this in Texas. About 160 students are part of that program and about 30 graduate each year.
Topic in morning headlines: a dangerous trend is hitting schools all across the country.
There has been a spike in the number of fake emergency calls.
And as ABC's Andrea Fujii reports, new technology is one reason why.
This morning, a rise in so-called swatting calls has law enforcement on edge.
The alert has been canceled, and they were getting an all clear from the OU campus.
One example, an active shooter scare at the University of Oklahoma. Law enforcement swarming the campus, but it was all a hoax, a phenomenon experts say has at least doubled in the last year. Since last June, about 250 colleges and 100 high schools have received fake reports of bomb or shooting threats, causing chaos and confusion and forcing law enforcement to expend vital resources. Experts say technology, including artificial intelligence, has helped swatters, allowing them to disguise their voices and help make their calls untraceable.
Technology is being used. You're using voice over IP. So these are not, old analog phones that are being used to call these in. This is all voice over the internet. It's all using AI and other tools.
So far this year, at least 173 mass shootings have been reported nationwide. Combine that with the number of these fake calls, and there's fatigue for everyone involved.
So the main issue is not only is it a traumatizing response to the people in the building and the teachers in the building, but it also sort of ripples out.
The FBI does not track swatting because it's not a categorized crime. Experts fear all these false alarms will prompt people to let their guards down, allowing an opportunity for something far worse to happen. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
A new sculpture could be coming to the Texas Capitol grounds. The Texas Senate is advancing legislation for construction of a sculpture of a mother with a fetus visible in her womb. Now, the sculpture would be a replica of the Life Monument and is often interpreted as a depiction of the central figures of Christianity, Mary and Jesus. The legislation gives the State Preservation Board permission to begin accepting plans and raising private funding for that sculpture.
Kids here in Texas may soon need their parents' permission to create a social media account. Texas House Bill 18 got initial approval yesterday. In addition to permission, the bill would also let parents request access to any data on social media associated with their kids. Advertisers will also be required to disclose more information to minors. The goal is to give parents more control of how their kids' private info is collected and used.
Caught on camera in Florida, the U.S. Coast Guard rescues 2 boaters on a life raft. And the search began on Monday after officials got a phone call from a person on a shrimp trawler that was disabled. Now, according to the Coast Guard, the vessel had lost power and was taking on water. A rescue air crew located the boaters yesterday. They are expected to be okay.
6:39, 69 degrees.
And we are just minutes away from revealing where you can get your hands on a KSAT Fiesta medal. So keep it right here. We're going to share the location in just a few minutes.
.43, night 1 of Niosa was a little wet, but that didn't let that ruin the fun.
No, it did. It was still a good time.
Well, people didn't let that ruin the fun.
No, not at all. Things kicked off in a big way, and this year they did away with the wristbands and brought back the tickets.
Our Lee Waldman was in the middle of the big crowd and tested some Fiesta goers' knowledge.
Which of these was the first official Fiesta event? The one that started it all. Niosa A, B, Battle of Flowers, C, Flambeau.
Battle of Flowers.
Okay, you get a prize, but still a Cascarone. Yay! Why do you want to KSAT medal so much?
I mean,
is it because we're the best?
Yes, definitely.
Never changes. The line will start right at 5, and that's what they're volunteers. And then it starts. They let everybody at 5:30, and it's nuts after that.
Viva Fiesta, everybody!
Here since for 36 years.
Oh my gosh, what keeps you coming back year after year?
Well, year after year, it's always been just a tradition of coming out and spending time with my beautiful San Antonians, meeting everybody, being loud and fun, eating good food, drinking, and having a great time, celebrating Fiesta.
How many official Fiesta Kings and Queens are there? A9, B12, C20. C20. So close, it is 9.
It would be so cool if they did it back in the 1800s, but I think the answer is 1971.
Yo, that is your mayor. He is the genius.
100%.
Viva Fiesta.
Viva.
Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
How fun. I saw a little bit of Lee's coverage on Instagram last night, and so they had a lot of fun there, even before and after the rain. So take out your phones right now, scan this QR code. You still have time to join us for the Battle of Flowers watch party on Friday. So this code will take you to the website where you can buy your tickets. And of course, Mike and I will be there. We'll say hi. We'll be covering all the fun on Friday. Huh?
Mark and you. You said Mike.
Oh, I said Mark.
You said Mike, but that's okay.
Oh, well, I said, well, sorry, Mike. Mike will not be there.
A little Freudian slip, maybe. No, I'm kidding.
It's not a problem. Either way, we're all family, right?
Mike will be with Let's Say Live.
You will.
Mark will be next to me.
Right.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah. Fiona and I will be out there at some point, too. 6:45, 69 degrees. Let's check in with Steven.
I'll be there as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget about me, guys. But you know what? We're looking forward to that. But not a lot to look forward to if you're traveling along 35 near Loop 1604. Unfortunately, we still have that stalled 18-wheeler that's out there. But looks like we could be seeing some progress, though. First responders have at least opened up one lane, which is good. But this is what's not looking good out there. Still a little bit of congestion that's building in the southbound lanes of 35 as you approach Loop 1604. Plenty of red, which is not something we like to see. But that could be why we're seeing about a 50-minute drive time if you're traveling in from New Braunfels this early in the morning from 35 southbound. But other than that, 31 minutes looking pretty normal there on 281 southbound from Bulverde, and about a 24-minute drive time on I-10 eastbound if you are heading in from Boerne. But let's get it back here on Transgate. Let's hope for a better update before the show wraps up. But it looks like we're seeing some slow progress out there, which is good. So hopefully drivers won't have to see too many delays as they get the morning commute rolling.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, folks, here's what you've been waiting on all morning long, the location where you can get a KSAT Fiesta medal today. Starting this morning at 8 o'clock, you can get one at 8219 Marbach. That is the HEB at 410 and Marbach. Starts at 8 this morning while supplies last. Just follow the crowd.
Yes.
Somebody got inside one yesterday and said, "Where do I go?"
Oh.
I was thinking, just look for the other people.
Yes.
Did you get the medal yet?
I have not. I went upstairs yesterday to get one, and the person I was going to get it from wasn't at work yet. But
you can try today.
I could try today.
Yes.
And our hours
I'll
are a
go
little
with you.
different
Yeah.
than everybody else's,
Yes.
too. Yeah.
All right. No matter who you're out at the parade with on Friday, it's going to be pleasant starting off Friday morning. Humidity's going to come back in here pretty quickly throughout the course of even the late morning and the day. Here's what it looks like, and you can see sort of that hazy look out there as of right now. It's definitely humid, and we've had a little bit of mist and drizzle, a couple little sprinkly showers. There's not much showing up on radar, maybe just a speck of them right there almost along 35 in Frio County right now, but we have had a few little light showers, so roads are going to be damp. Temperatures steady this morning, got a 10% chance in there pretty much all day long. I mean, one or two little sprinkles. Yesterday during SA Live, we were outside, and it's like, yeah, there was just one little sprinkle here and there. So that is the possibility again today. 79 at noon, and then 84 for a high temperature later on today. Again, that 10% chance of rain. As far as Niosa is concerned tonight, last night, pretty much rain-free. We had that one little shower that kind of moved on through there very quickly. Odds are in your favor. You're not going to be seeing any rain tonight for Niosa. However, late tonight, different story. So, computer model. has, again, a stray sprinkle out there, some sunshine mixed in. The problem with seeing some sunshine today is the fact that that's going to help to make, along with the humidity, the atmosphere that much more unstable and volatile. So we have another front moving on through. Now notice how even by 10 o'clock, everything's really going to town up there way northeast of Austin, up by College Station. Then that front starts to work its way through here in the wee hours tomorrow morning, and most of it is going to be through here. Most computer models agree it's going to be through here by drive time tomorrow. We'll have a couple of maybe a few thunderstorm cells still hanging around here during the show tomorrow, and then we clear on out during the afternoon. It's going to be gorgeous. Now, some of those storms tonight could be on the strong, potentially severe side. Then we go into Friday night and Saturday. Another front comes on through here, more showers and even a few thunderstorms. This particular model has some of these lingering around into late afternoon and even around dinner time on Saturday. So it's still up in the air as to whether we see any rain left over by flambeau time on Saturday. We're going to keep watching that. Also, some of those storms late Friday, early Saturday will be on the strong, or the potential to be on the strong to severe side. 69 at noon today, cloudy skies, then a high temperature. It's going to make it up to 84. Humid out there, maybe a shower, doubt it. Should be, like I said, odds are in your favor. You aren't going to see rain tonight at Niosa. Late tonight, early tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms. Beautiful in the afternoon. Great for the band festival. Starts off dry Friday. Humidity comes back in here pretty quickly, but overall nice for the parade. Then it gets really humid in the afternoon, and that next front with showers and thunderstorms late and early Saturday, and a few lingering showers are going to be possible throughout the day on Saturday.
All right. Well, wardrobe change on Friday. Jacket early, and then nicer, warmer in the afternoon.
As you head into work, probably a jacket, and then you can lose it. Not lose it, but take it off.
Put it somewhere else.
You know what I mean.
Thank you, Mike.
Right now it's 6:50, 70 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up tomorrow on GMSA.
Guys, we have a problem in the KSAT garden. We have fire ants! I'm Sarah Costa. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, we talk to a certified entomologist about how to get a handle on fire ants without hurting the environment.
Outside with live cam on your Wednesday morning. The sun is now up, or very close to being up, and we've got another look at traffic coming up with Stephen Cavazos.
Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber, live near Cibolo at what appears to be a crash involving a train and an 18-wheeler. Take a look at the scene here. Now, the 18-wheeler just on the other side of that heavy-duty tow truck. It was just pulled from in front of the train. We saw two of these tow trucks with wires attached pull that front cab away from the train. We have not been able to get over there and talk to any one official to get any information, but this is FM 78 near Hakerville Road, just outside Cibolo, and this is where it seems to have happened. It appears that perhaps that truck might have been at the intersection a few yards down the road when it crossed the tracks and was hit by the train and then pushed down here. We don't know anything about injuries just yet. Again, haven't had any official information. This does not appear to be affecting traffic on FM 78 too much. They just have that one lane shut down right in this immediate area, but traffic is moving through pretty well. But again, a tractor trailer hit by a train this morning at some point, and it's now in the clearing stages. We're going to try to get with police and get official information about any injuries. But at this point, we just don't know. Reporting live near Cibolo, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Hopefully everyone is doing okay out there. But let's get a look here. One last look at 35 at Loop 1604. It looks like things could be clearing up out there, but things are moving along just fine for the most part throughout the city of San Antonio, but expect some congestion. Remember, this is in the southbound lanes of 35 near Loop 1604.
Got a couple of spots of fog up around New Braunfels, hints of it here and there, just reduced visibility, and a few little sprinkly showers here and there, not really a heck of a lot at all. 70 right now, 84 for a high temperature today. Warm and humid, a couple of showers this afternoon. Niosa should be fine. Odds are in your favor. You won't see rain, but stronger storms late tonight.
All right, well, watch out for it. Thanks for joining us.